Hi guys and welcome to my review of One Piece chapter 879. A lot of freaking emotions in this chapter. We start off with the little part of the crew. We have Jinbei, Carrot, Nami, Brook, and Chopper being sad about Pedro, which really at this point should hammer in the fact that he's dead. I feel like, hopefully, even if he isn't dead, how is he gonna survive? They just left him there. Anyway, they're sad. And Jinbei says some harsh words about them just like having to not move on, but just like keep your head in the right direction, keep your gaze clear, just focus on the right thing here, because we're about to get fucking Big Mom's after us, her entire crew is after us, we're just in deep shit. They get a little angry and he's like, this is what Pedro wanted, because that's literally what Pedro, like, he gave them the opportunity. If they wasted by getting killed or captured, Pedro literally died for nothing. So that was a great speech that Jinbei had there about, like, how'd you hear Pedro yelling from inside you to do this and this and this? I thought that was really nice, especially for Carrot. Oh my god. Like, all those little panels of her just crying and just being so sad, it was heartbreaking. Because it's probably the first time she's... Okay, it's the second time she's witnessed or been part of something, like, really, really traumatizing. Because there was the whole incident as well, but... This is away from home. It was only her and Pedro, and she lost him. So it's super sad. But I like how when Jinbei has gotten a little speech, Nami like takes control immediately, and it's like, okay, we're gonna do this and this and that. We're gonna make sure that we can pick up Sanji in the right place, and just we have to trust in Luffy. I like Jinbei's little comment as well. I said this in my live reaction about how like Luffy knew instantly like what Pedro did and what Luffy had to do in order to like pay his respects to Pedro, so he made sure to get the one strong enemy away from us, and then just like, yeah, Luffy did the right thing here. So I like that a lot, because there was no way the others could have taken on Katakuri. I wished he had, like, I really wanted that team battle, but like, this is gonna be, I'm gonna get to the Luffy Katakuri thing by the end here. Let's skip ahead to the next part. Sanji, Pudding, Lola. And yeah, a little bit of banter. Talk about Lola. I think the conversation that they had here about Pudding wanting Lola to come back home and how she like refused to be the Minister of Chocolate, or Chocolate Minister, was because she really hoped and wanted Lola to be the one. Like, she never saw anyone but Lola having that seat. And I think that basically confirms the fact that she was the one who gave Lola the Weaver card. Because there's no way Big Mom would have allowed Lola to have a Weaver card of her after what happened and how literally, like, she was so angry that she beat Chiffon because of it. So I think Pudding gave it to Lola in the hopes that she would use it to return home someday. And then she, of course, gave it to Nami, but she gave Nami just a little piece, so she could, technically she could still do that, but, you know. But I think that was really great too, because we knew that there was something there with the two of them, but we didn't know, we still don't know exactly like why they're so close, and I think we're gonna see a little bit more of that later, when Pudding has gotten a little bit more of a resolvement with her personality crisis, because I think the person who's gonna ask her more about it is Nami, and I think at this point she's like half jealous of Nami, half I don't give a fuck about Nami, because there was that little thing where Sanji carried Nami bridal style, and Pudding was like, so I think at this point in time she's probably not gonna be like on talking terms with Nami, just because she thinks that there's something between Sanji and I don't know what goes on in her head. Like, she's so confused at the moment, which I still find super hilarious. But yeah, also we had Pound there, which I think that was both Oda's way of like tying up a loose end, because we were all like, where the heck is Pound? Like, is he doing something shady? What happened to him? But it seems like he just took a boat and just got out of there. And he saw Chiffon and was like, hey, that looks like my daughter. Hey, oi, where are you? And they don't hear him, which a little sad, but that probably means he'll come back in the story at some point. I was about to say hopefully he'll join Capone's crew, but I don't know what's gonna happen to his storyline at all. Maybe he'll see Chiffon and he'll set off on an epic quest to find Lola. I don't know. But I like that we saw him, because it was like, okay, where did he even go? But they seem to be approaching Cacao Island, so hopefully they're gonna get started on that cake. And then to the Luffy and Katakuri stuff. Holy moly. I said that must be my live reaction as well, but just in case you didn't see it. Katakuri, as we find out in this chapter, is basically Luffy, but just way ahead. Like, holy crap. Everything Luffy can do, he can do, and he can do it better. He's faster, he's stronger, he has everything. Like, when Luffy does the quick Gatling thing, he can just make more arms out of Mochi. Which is ridiculous. And he has, like, I'm pretty sure his legs are, like, covered in, like, spike things, so that his kicks, I was like, what's the name for kick? Like, his kicks have, like, not just more impact, but, like, they can cut into you. Which is, of course, a weakness of Luffy's. Like, blades are just not his favorite thing. But hopefully that means that Katakuri as well is weak to blades, and Luffy can find a way around that. But I really thought that having the fight start with, this is literally Luffy meeting someone who has almost the same power as him, but who's just that much better at using it because he's probably had it for a longer time. I don't know if he has, like, a better affinity with it. I think Luffy is, like, perfect for this sort of power because he's very creative. But Katakuri definitely is as well. He seems to have, like, everything that Luffy has. Even with the elephant gun really surprised me that he had the same kind of move. But that's just interesting. Now, I said this in my live reaction and last time as well, but I'm gonna repeat it, especially after I saw Katakuri do that kick thing with the spikes. We're in a mirror world. Mirrors are sharp if you destroy them. Luffy could potentially use them to cut Katakuri. Because if their abilities are the same, their weaknesses should be the same. It's just my logic at this point. So if Luffy doesn't like sharp things, I don't think Katakuri will like sharp things as well, because we do know that he is a Paramisha, not a Lugia, as was first said. I think it was either corrected later, or I don't know, something happened and it's not a Lugia, it's a Paramisha, which means that he can be cut. It should be different from if you cut into someone like yeah, literally any Lugia uses Sabo, I don't know. So I do think blades would work. And especially if Luffy, like, embedded them with armament hockey, like, that should work. Definitely. I don't know if Luffy can do that, though. Have we seen Luffy use armament hockey on objects? Because so far the only two people I can recall having done that is Zoro and Sabo. There might be more people who've done it, I just don't remember. But those are the only two so far. But I think Luffy should be able to do it, and if not, someone give him a quick lesson. Because I feel like he wouldn't need it. But either way, the mirror thing, I think that's a good idea. But I also think Luffy would have to be superior in some way. Because, like, Katakuri was like, I am... Where's the thing where he said, like, I am literally better than you in every possible way? Where's the thing? I told you, in terms of our power, there's nothing you can do that I can. Speed, power, all of it, you are inferior. I still think Luffy technically should be the fastest if he goes into Gear Second. Although he isn't Gear Second there. I missed that. Which then is kind of crazy. Well, okay, speed, maybe not then. I feel like still there should be a part where Luffy is superior. And if that part just happens to be creativity, well, so be it. Luffy can't, not that he can't lose this, but, like, if he loses, he dies, and that's the end of the series. So that's not gonna happen. But I'm really curious to see how he's gonna get himself out of this, because I remember saying, I think 30, 40, 50 chapters ago, that I thought Wano would be the comeback of what I call, like, the smart, tactical Luffy, like, in battle, like, how we saw him against Adol and Crocodile. I want to go back to, like, vintage Luffy. And I thought we were gonna see it there. I think this might be it, though. Because he's just met someone who seems to be so far above his level. But with a power that he is very, very familiar with. Which is so interesting, because it's like, okay... we have similar powers, which means we must have similar weaknesses, and I want to see Luffy turn that against him, because Katakuri's definitely taking advantage of it. Like, Luffy's taking a lot of hits here, so Katakuri definitely knows how to fight someone like Luffy, mostly probably because he sees him as an inferior version of himself, but I'd really love to see Luffy be able to take advantage of weaknesses that he knows he has himself, and especially, like, I'm gonna say that's also gonna be good for him, because I don't think his own weaknesses are like what he focuses on. Like, he focuses, of course, on the fact that he can get stronger and he like polishes up strengths and stuff like that, but he doesn't see his own weaknesses as weaknesses. He sees his own weaknesses as places where he can improve. But if he starts seeing them as weaknesses in an attempt, that was the word I'm looking for, in an attempt to overcome Katakuri, when he then reaches Wano, he will be like hyper aware of his weaknesses, and he'll be able to very effectively counter / make up for those weaknesses, and that'll make him just by being aware of his own weaknesses, that'll make him stronger, because he knows where his weak points are, and he knows how his enemy will see him and potential weak spots, because now he has to look at himself, aka / Katakuri, and just find those weaknesses. So I think that's a super interesting concept, that just by having this fight, he doesn't even need to like power up or have some kind of crazy awakening / oh my god, I just made a new move. He just needs to have that kind of realization of, okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses. I can use my own weaknesses to explore Katakuri's weaknesses, and in turn just become so aware of my weaknesses that they can not necessarily turn into strengths, but he can like minimize those weaknesses. Does that make any sense to any of you? Did what I said make any sense? It's like, okay, just in case someone didn't get that. Let's say you have like your own body, and you have like some black dots in your body. Those black dots are your weaknesses, and you're like kind of aware that they're there, but you don't know exactly where they are. When you know exactly where they are, you can cover them up and make sure people can't get to them. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, I'm just gonna give up now. But I think Luffy can really use this fight in like a super cool way, to like, because there's such a short amount of time between now and Wano. There's gonna be like virtually no time for him to improve or gain a skill, virtually. Because I'm gonna get a little into how he can gain a little bit of skill though. So he's gonna have to like more than gain something, he's just gonna be aware of something. But in terms of gaining skill, that's the other thing with Katakuri, because now again Luffy has the chance to observe someone who again is him, just a superior version. So he can like take tips and stuff from Katakuri and be like, oh, you can do that. I have yet to do that thing. I have yet to use my power in this way, but you're doing it, so I should be able to do it too. And that's what he could potentially learn somewhat on the voyage to Wano, because it's like, okay, I've seen it, I know it can kind of be done with this sort of power, so I could try it out. I don't think he'll perfect any new moves up until Wano, unless they have like a 3-week journey there, which I don't think they have. I think they'll get there within a week. Possibly, depends on like the winds and stuff, but you know, it's One Piece, they'll probably get there quite quickly. So yeah, I think this fight is just such an opportunity to Luffy to learn about his power in terms of his own weaknesses, in terms of things he has yet to discover, and just to see what like his own creative limit. Everything about this fight is just gonna be so great. It's just, the more we get into it, the more I realize how amazing this matchup is, and I'm almost sorry for thinking that I really wanted Katakuri and Sanji to fight. But wow, yeah, this is great. I don't know if I have anything else to say, and I'm almost at 15 minutes, so I should probably stop talking. But yeah, you can leave a like if you like anything that I have to say. Leave in the comments below what you thought of this chapter, and especially how you think Luffy will beat Katakuri, because I am really interested in seeing your ideas for this. And you can subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, bye.